Hey guys, welcome to the Trophy Life podcast. I'm your host, Tara Smith. From beauty to wellness, wife life, motherhood, and everything feminine in between, the Trophy Life podcast is a place where you can feel inspired and empowered and ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. It's hot to romanticize your life, so grab a mocktail or your favorite cozy beverage and let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Trophy Life. Obviously, we have video today, which is big because I don't think I have filmed a podcast video format in at least like 6 months. At least it feels like that. Okay, not 6 months, but it feels like pretty much ever since I have been pregnant. So since, like April, I think. That when I got pregnant? No, it was May. Well, technically I don't know. Anyways, very excited. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then hi. Obviously the bump is bumping. I am almost 26 weeks and you can definitely tell. It is so exciting and so fun being pregnant. Like, I just love it so much. I don't know, it just really feels like a dream come true in a lot of ways for me. So very excited. As you guys know, this is obviously my second pregnancy. My first pregnancy was a loss, and so this time around has been interesting in a lot of ways because of that, because I feel like my level of gratitude is like so large, but it's like in a weird way because I'm still very grateful for my first baby too. So it's really hard to like describe how I feel because like I love both of my babies the exact same. So anyways, we won't get into that whole topic, but that's a whole thing. Life updates. I do have some fun, exciting life updates. First one being is that I chopped my hair off. I think my hair was like, if you're watching on YouTube, it was like below my boobs for sure. And I just really wanted like a good, fresh reset for fall going into winter. And I was like, okay, like this is what happens when you become a mom, is you just like want to cut your hair off, because my hair was driving me insane. It was very long, and because of that, also like just would take longer to style because it's taking like an hour to blow dry it. Like, I'm not exaggerating. My hair literally would take an hour to blow dry. Like, my hairstylist knows. He's like, it's like nothing I've ever seen. And I'm like, no, I know. It's I have thick hair, but then I also have a lot of it. So must be the Persian genes, but it is what it is. Either way, I am really loving my new hair. I have been using like what are they called? Hot rollers to like style my hair, because I have like not known how to style my hair whatsoever. And it took me like 2 hours the other day when I washed it. I was trying to like figure out if I liked using a curling iron, if I liked using the Dyson, if I liked using a heated round brush. I literally tried like 4 things, and then the last thing I tried, I was like, I'm gonna try my curlers, and I love how it looks. It's just like a very soft, subtle blowout kind of moment is how I would describe it. So I did cut curtain bangs as well, so I put those into like a little curler, let that sit, and then have everything else in a curler at the same time. So yeah, I'm really loving it. This is also very random, but I was like, I have to mention it, is that I have been drinking so much milk while being pregnant, okay? And I don't know if this is like a normal pregnancy symptom or like craving, but I am not joking you. I think I'm going through like a gallon of milk a week right now. A week. And like maybe even more. That is so weird. But I think a big part of it is because I crave cereal a lot, and then I drink all the milk from the cereal too. So like, oh my gosh, I love Rice Chex right now. Like, cannot get enough of the Rice Chex. I do want to find a cereal that's like a cleaner version that doesn't have the folic acid in it, because I hate folic acid. I love folate, but I hate folic acid, which is just, folic acid is just a synthetic form of B9, and folate is the pure form of B9. And I also have the MTFR gene, which like 80% of the population has it. They just maybe don't know. So your body actually can't even process folic acid. So makes you like sluggish, gives you like a bunch of different issues. But other way, But yeah, besides that, I don't know what other way means. I think I meant to say anyways. Guys, pregnancy brain is, oh my gosh, it's so real. It's crazy. Um, and then I am back on my workout grind and I'm so grateful. I think I talked about this in the last episode, but like I'm really in a routine now. So I go weights and then I do like an incline walk on the treadmill or I walk for a really long time outside. And then the next day I do weights and then I just like repeat that pattern over and over again. So today I did weight training again because Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my weightlifting days, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, they call them like list days. If you ever did like Kayla It's Nines, I do use the Sweat app, but I use their pregnancy program. Oh my gosh, he's kicking me so much. He's like, Mom, this is fun. I love hearing you talk. He really does like kick me though a lot when I talk, and it's, guys, oh my gosh, my placenta's in the back, so I feel him kick me like, I've never counted it, but I think it's like 50 times a day at this point. Like it's just like over the past like 2 weeks has like ramped up so much. I can sometimes tell that he's like facing inward, so they're not as like strong. But when he's facing out, like you can see my stomach moving. It's like so crazy. I'm like, I think he's like 2 pounds right now, which is like insane. I'm like, what? But yeah, he's measuring perfectly. And I have my next prenatal appointment next week, which I'm really excited about because they like started measuring me. And it's just like so cool. I love it. But yeah, I've been loving weightlifting. It is really, actually, it was really hard at the beginning, kind of like when you haven't worked out in a long time. But it's like that with pregnancy. Like it can be like that pretty much every single time. It feels like that, at least for me, if I don't go to bed early enough and get good sleep. I have to go to bed, like, I really like to be asleep by 10:30. And it's been really great doing that. But like last night I was doing some work and I just got distracted. I didn't realize that it was so late. So I was like, shoot. So it was like 11, I think, by the time I fell asleep. And I was like, well, I guess we'll fall asleep immediately. I was like canceling a bunch of subscriptions. So I was like in the zone. But I did brick up my phone. I always brick up my phone so I can't go on any social media apps. And I swear, if you can't go to bed early, get a brick. If I haven't convinced you, over the past, I think, almost year, I've had my brick because my husband got it for me for Christmas last year. And I literally think it is the best Christmas gift. Maybe, okay, that's so hard to say because he's gotten me so many good Christmas gifts. But that one is like, it's like actually changed my life. And I just love it so much. But I feel really strong from lifting and I'm like starting to feel like I'm getting stronger, which is really cool to experience while being pregnant, like noticing like certain muscles growing, because I've definitely noticed I have a lot of like cellulite just like around my muscles, which is just normal when you're pregnant because you have 50% more blood. I don't know how much more fluid like water you carry, but I know it's a lot. So you're just like puffier, and I've never had that before. And so it's just been like, this is so weird, but I know weightlifting is like the best thing to do for it. So yeah, I've been doing the Kelsey Wells pregnancy program on the Sweat app, and you just do it like week by week, like how far along you are, and it's like I love it so much. It's awesome. And then I also do Pilates, but I've really just been, I don't know, I do like a lot of stretching, and then I don't know, I'm just really loving the weightlifting. But maybe we'll do like Pilates every like Saturday or something. I just like the stretching element of Pilates and all that does for you as well. So but yeah, all my life updates are basically around my baby now, or me being pregnant, because it literally just, it's so crazy because like nothing else in life even comes as like close to as exciting as being a mom and being pregnant. I did have my first baby shower as well, which was super fun. I posted a bunch of content on that. And I think I talked about that because I was saying my birth mom was here and she, oh my gosh. Nope, not the 1 p.m. yawn. Absolutely not. But yeah, my birth mom helped a ton with that. That was super fun. I loved seeing everybody's like reactions to her on my Instagram content and TikTok content. So that was super fun. She's really fun to be around. It's always fun to be around her. So, okay. So in today's episode, I'm really excited about this episode because number one, I pretty much made like, I don't know, I was just in the zone when I was creating the outline for this episode. And I just was resonating with everything. So I hope it's going to click the same when I'm reading it now 48 hours later. But I want to talk about curating a home that is authentically and uniquely you. Because I think a lot of things around the home we can be very easily influenced, not just with home stuff, but with anything for like anything we see on the internet, anything that, we see when we go to someone's home, like anything external can really affect the choices that we make for any personal style, if you will. So I wanted to first break down home decor culture, if you will, because there is a culture, at least in the US. Okay, I'm speaking on my own experience with it. And I feel like the two biggest things are trends and then like what influencers are posting, because that's again what you're consuming if you have social media. And then the third thing I would say is Pinterest, because I feel like every woman who has a home and like likes to take pride in that, like you're probably a Pinterest user. I am obsessed with Pinterest. I use Pinterest for everything, like literally, like everything. I go on there, like I wanted some vintage Christmas plates for when we host our Christmas Eve dinner. It's a new tradition that Colby and I are starting this year. And what did I do? I go onto Pinterest and I type in aesthetic Christmas plates. And then like I just looked through so many photos to like get an idea of what I wanted, which honestly was great because I wasn't just like purchasing what somebody else had. And oh my gosh, you guys, the yawning, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. I mean, I have been up for a while, but I don't know. I slept really good last night and I feel really energized. So like I should not be yawning. Maybe it's the lights. But yeah, I feel like because of all these things, sometimes we lose originality. So I want to just provide you with some very tangible resources and ideas and things that I have personally done that I feel like help bring originality back into your home and help you curate your space in such a way. Okay. So the first thing that I did when I curated my home was obviously I went onto Pinterest. Okay. I love creating boards for all the different rooms in my home. And a lot of this can also be just like the feng shui of how you want your home to feel. Not even necessarily starting with a style, but the feng shui is so important and so big. So the way that I described my home when I like the way I want people the way I want people to feel in my home when they step into it is I want them to feel at home. I want them to feel very cozy. I want them to feel warmth. Like being very intentional with how you want people to feel when they enter your home is incredibly important. And I would say that's like the first thing that you want to do. And it will also help you keep originality because that's like, it's very personal. So maybe you're an artist and you really want people to feel inspired by your art when they come into your home and you want them to feel an emotional pull in some way. Like just whatever it is for you personally, figure that out. And I would literally like write it down, like be very intentional with your home because homes are very expensive to furnish. And I think it's just important to add a lot of character because I think we've kind of lost that art. So we're going to start to bring it back. Yeah, Pinterest is great for inspiration. It really is great for inspo. So one thing I really love doing, oh my gosh, like love doing this is I love going into either a vintage shop or like a vintage market or a thrift store because you'll notice that none of those stores are curated in any way. Sometimes vintage shops are, but like not really, like not when you walk into like Restoration Hardware and everything is like the same style. It's the same vibe, like not. And sometimes that can be great, but it can also kind of keep you in a box. At least for me, this is what I've noticed. Okay, I'm speaking from experience, where maybe you would really like something that's sold at West Elm, but because you're only in Restoration Hardware, you're only seeing what they have on display, which again, I think is why Pinterest is so great because it will also start to learn the style and the taste that you have and show you photos that kind of match that. Also outlet stores can be great too. Also the great thing with like thrift, outlet, vintage shops is they're all like usually a lot more affordable than purchasing something new. And a lot of times it's better quality and like there's a story behind it. Like it's just, and again, it adds the character and all of a sudden you have a unique piece in your home that no one else will have. And so I think that's really cool. Okay, so Oh, this is something I did when we bought our home. Is I was like, I don't even know what style I like want to go for with our home. This was before I had the idea of like what feeling I want people to feel when they walk into my home. But I was taking so many design tests online, like they're like free, and I would just like choose things that I liked. Like, yes, I like that. No, I don't like that. And that honestly did help a lot to like just figure out again the vibe that I wanted. And that's also a really great step and a very like tangible tip that's super easy to do. And then another thing I did was I watched a bunch of architectural digest videos on YouTube. Like a lot of celebrity home tours. Just watching those I think is really inspiring because there's so many different styles and those homes are pretty unique, which is really cool. And again, I think it's inspiring. Even if I don't like the style of someone's home, I can appreciate it. And I like hearing, like, oh, I got this from this vintage market because it reminded me of a piece my grandma had, like growing up. And I'm like, oh, I love that. And then I'm like, oh, when I go shopping next time, I'm going to, I don't know, try to find more things that relate to me and maybe like some family history or memories that you have. And I think stuff like that is what makes your home feel like magical and truly gives it that homey element that everybody craves and wants so badly. Okay. So, yeah, I think that setting the intention for how you want your home to feel to other people, and you can start with yourself and your spouse and your kids, and see how people act. And like, I love having low lighting, for example. Like, I am not about to turn on the big light in my living room, literally ever. Okay, when people come over, that is not what I want them to feel. I want either natural light or I want low light. I want like even my light that I put in our kitchen hood, when that thing is on and nothing else is on in the whole main floor, it is so cozy and just, I don't know what other words I would use to describe it, but I guess warm, and makes you just want to like curl up with a cup of like warm herbal peppermint tea and just sit on the couch and eat some snacks and watch a show. Like, that's exactly what I want my home to be for anyone who comes into it. So, and then when you decide kind of what words you want people to feel when they're in your home, this will help you with the colors. Oh my gosh, he's kicking me so much, you guys. I can't make this up. I'm like, why? It's so funny. I guess he does like usually wake up around this time. Like, I literally know his schedule and it's really crazy. So once you have your feelings and you have those words that you want people to feel when they walk into your home, I'm going to use myself as an example. So I wrote, I want my home to feel cozy, safe, warm, and welcoming. This is the vibe I want for anyone who walks into my room. Okay. And then along with that, I said I went for a lot of neutral tones, but also I wanted color in my home. So I have a good amount of dark brown, dark green, and some dark reds. And then black is a big accent as well. And then I also have bronze hardware. I don't really like gold. I like some silver, just depends. I do like mixing metals, which I feel like people do that, but I love like stainless steel. And then I also really love like brass. So we have like a frame TV that adds some warmth. And then we have our black metal cabinets. So our home is kind of like, I would say like a traditional organic modern is probably how I would describe it. But again, like, it's so uniquely us, and I feel like it just makes sense when you walk into the home. And also having different textures. So like, we have some boucle chairs in the living room, and then our sofas are like linen. We have a marble coffee table that was custom made. We have like a stone fireplace. So I just love mixing a lot, and we have wood as well. I love just mixing different tones, textures, materials, like all that stuff just like makes me so happy. Okay, so yeah, I feel like if you're very intentional with this, it will also be a lot easier for you to like not want to redecorate your home. We basically bought all new stuff when we bought this home in 2023, and I'm still obsessed with every single thing, and I'm still adding. Like, we just redid our kitchen a month ago. We painted the cabinets. like a creamy mushroom. They were like white and gray before, and that's again just doesn't fit the vibe of what I was just describing to you. I actually like some gray, but it can't be too much. And I just felt like a warm, creamy mushroom cabinet color with brass hardware that will age over time, get a little bit darker, was more the move. So that's what I went with. And it does take, gosh dang it, it takes a lot of time. It takes so much time to just figure out what you like because there are so many choices with home stuff. I think you get better at it as you practice it, where it's like I know what I like, but when there's a lot of choices that you also like, it can make it harder, and you have to make sure everything fits together and is cohesive, but it's really fun. Okay, so now I want to talk about very specific categories. So I want to talk about like aromatics. I want to talk about clean and non-toxic home things because that is incredibly important to curating a home, is creating a safe home that is not full of harmful chemicals. And then I want to talk about making your home cozy, adding your personality, and setting the vibes right. Okay, so we're going to start out with the aromatics category because this is something that I actually personally want to get a lot better at, mainly because I love my candles so much, but I refuse to burn anything in my home that's not a beeswax base, a coconut oil base, or a tallow based candle. There are some like vegan candles I'm okay with, but it's like not ideal for me, especially being pregnant, having dogs, baby on the way. Like I just don't want to mess with the hormones because candles are one of the most toxic things with your home. And actually, fun fact, if you didn't know this, the air in your home is often way more toxic than the air outside, even if it's like really smoky outside or dirty. So I constantly have my windows open. Like I leave our back sliding door open while I'm upstairs. I'll leave windows open when it's like cool in the mornings and just let fresh air in. Especially with having dogs, I'm like, you just literally cannot do this enough. But even if you don't have dogs, I think it's just really important to, when you can, getting that fresh air just rolling through your house. So I'll give you guys some of my favorite candles. I do have a lot of this stuff in my shop my as well under my home section, but I really love Primally Pure. Their candles are great. They are a little bit more expensive, but you could probably DIY a non-toxic candle. Just ask AI help you create one. I actually was really wanting to try that because I was like, maybe that will be the best way for me to do this in the most like cost effective way, because I don't know, like I love candles so much, but it can be really hard to like spend a lot of money on a candle. And then I love Sniff. Their ingredients are not perfect, but they're better. And I love them during the Christmas and like fall time. Like, oh my gosh, like their candles are just like the best, okay, during the fall and winter, and they just make your home smell so freaking good. Like the gingerbread smash that I got last year, that was Half Baked Harvest. I went through that entire candle and I bought the freaking massive one. Like I love that candle like so much. So I do really like their brand, and I don't get headaches when I burn their candles. I pay attention a lot to how I feel when I burn a candle. And like Bath and Body Works, I would never ever burn a Bath and Body Works candle in my home ever again. Lots of phthalates and just things that affect your hormones. Not good for you. Okay. Essential oils are also a good option. The only thing I would say is just like do your research and make sure that you choose essential oils that are good for you and your family's health. Like if you're pregnant, if you have a baby, if you have dogs, if you have cats, like any pets. Make sure that you research, because a lot of essential oils can affect just like anything. I feel like people are always scared of essential oils more, where I don't want to like fearmonger, but again, I just think it's really good to be your own advocate and be conscious of what you're burning in your home, because it is just going everywhere. So I think it's good to be conscious of that. But yeah, I don't know what it is with essential oils and pets, but I know like it's the same thing with flowers, which I freaking love having fresh flowers. Another great tip. But I know a lot of pets, it can be allergic for them. So fake flowers was also something I wrote down, because I was like, you can have the vibes of it, but you don't have to have the actual flowers, which I guess doesn't really contribute to the scent aromatic vibe, but you know. Okay, so I want to talk about a few clean and non-toxic home items that I love. So I love to go for like natural woods, wool rugs, anything that's cotton. I try to avoid polyester where I can. It's really hard with home stuff. Same with like fake leather. Again, that's just going to be pleather, which is plastic. It's not like, it's much better to get the real thing. Etsy is amazing. I just bought a fully vintage Turkish rug for like $500 for a kitchen on Etsy. And it's like one of a kind, which I love one of a kind things. I really do. And yeah, non-toxic, but you can look for, I think World Market, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure World Market has wool rugs that are fully wool. Another thing too is like your mattress. So a lot of mattresses have fiberglass in them, which is very toxic to breathe in and can cause health issues. It's just like a whole thing. So we got a purple mattress, love it. But yeah, do your research. There's mattresses that are made of wool. I've heard that avocado green is a great non-toxic mattress. I've never slept on it, but I've heard people really like it. So that was actually, I think, another brand I was considering getting, but because they just looked like they had good stuff. I think Naturepedic also might have good options as well for a mattress. If you have a lawn, this is a big one, okay? When it comes to things that are toxic, lawns are a dangerous place because pesticides. So if you get like pest control, they're just spraying pesticides all over your lawn and your pets are walking in it, and then your pets are then walking into your house and they're getting pesticides all over the place. Like, absolutely not. So I found if you're in Utah, it's called Nature's Way Pest Solutions. Obsessed with this guy. He's so cool. He's the best. Way more effective, by the way, than like any other. I've tried all the biggest pest controls like Aptiv. Literally didn't do anything. It was so expensive, terrible customer service. Hated it. This guy just comes to your home and he uses essential oils on the outside of your house, and he got rid of like all of my hornets, spiders, like so many pests that I was having. And it's not toxic for my dogs, and it's not toxic for me too. So just like small little things like that, I really feel like in the next few years, I think there's going to be a lot of research coming out about people getting cancer, and especially people that work in these industries getting really sick, like not to be like, you know, morbid, but like dying because you're breathing in all of these incredibly toxic chemicals, and pesticides are so disruptive to your entire body and cause hormone issues. They cause reproductive health issues. They can cause cancer. Like there's so many things that can go wrong with that. So also, side note, that's why it's important to buy organic food and still wash it really well, because pesticides are just, I hate that they're a thing. I hate it so much. We need to get rid of them. Okay. Next topic, we're going to talk about making your home cozy. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about cozy, I think about blankets. So you're just going to get a bunch of cozy blankets and have them all over your home. I love, again, wool blankets are great. Amazon has a bunch. I got a bunch for baby boy on Amazon. They're all like 100%. Gosh, dang it. Ugh. You can probably see on YouTube me like fighting back the urge to yawn. I got him a bunch of 100% wool blankets, which I'm very excited to use for him because, like I've mentioned on this podcast, and I'll talk about it when I go over my whole like every baby item thing that I got and had on my registry and all that kind of stuff for him, but no polyester for my little guy. Cotton, wool, cashmere, and linen are the only things that will be in his vicinity. So I'm going to really try my best, like clothing wise for him, anything that he owns, and that I'm going to be that way with all my kids, because there's I don't know, it's one of the things that you can control, and something that's very important to me. So the next thing, which we kind of already talked about this, but it's a little bit different. Okay. We're going to talk about adding your personality to your home. So the number one thing I would say is having photos on your wall. And it could be like, I think family photos are so awesome. Like anything that, pictures with your parents, pictures with your spouse, your friends, like stuff like that. I love it. It tells a story. It shows that there's heart in the home. And I think it's great. I also think art is amazing and an amazing way to add personality. Obviously, bonus points if it's custom. And if you find like a custom artist near you, that's even better. I am actually going to have one of my friends do a custom art piece, or two of them, for our hallway, because I just could not get myself to buy something that wasn't one of a kind. I was like, I hate that a piece of art on my wall would be just like a print. Like, I do not want that. So I'm really excited because I just haven't put anything up because nothing was like exciting me. Vintage frames, by the way, great way to go. Look on Facebook Marketplace. Also such a great place in general to look for anything home related. My gosh, it's like heaven on there. Same with baby stuff too. I got a baby Bjorn $300 bassinet for $50. I was like, sweet. I was like, I know these probably not going to last long in his bassinet. And so I was just like really excited about that. Anyways, total side tangent, but frames are a great thing to add character when they're vintage as well. Just makes everything look so incredibly good. And you can like curate. It's just, I don't know, it's just really fun to curate it. Okay, I have a random bone to pick with coffee table books. Okay, I got sucked into it too, but I don't know, there's something about coffee table books that I'm just like, but everybody has this. Everyone has this exact same coffee table book in their home, and now there's like no uniqueness with my coffee table books because everyone has them. Obviously there's some that I have, like we have an oyster one. I love oysters, so does Colby, and so I got it for him for Christmas. I love that book because number one, I'd never seen it before, and number two, I think it's actually very cool, and like I would love to like sit down and read it. I think I've only done that once, but I don't know, I'm just like, they're just hard for me because it's like this weird balance of like, do what you want, but I really don't want my house looking the same as everyone else's. My eye is twitching. My eye has been twitching so much. I don't know what that means in pregnancy, but it happens to me all the time. Maybe it's just the tiredness, but I'm not tired. I don't know. I feel really good. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is vibes. Okay. The vibes. So candles we already talked about. The open flame on a candle is just chef's kiss. I'm going to try and find a better it's literally on my list to do today, actually. Find a non-toxic aromatic that I can have in my home because my pets smell bad all the time. Even though they get bathed regularly, they're still dogs and they're in my home. It's a whole thing. So I'm going to try and find something on that, but candles definitely work, and opening up your windows. Okay. This one, I honestly feel like this is going to change your life if you actually do this. Every morning, play soft, like just play jazz music, okay? Either you can connect your TV with like your Spotify or your Apple. I have YouTube Premium, and I love going onto YouTube, typing in cozy cafe jazz music. And I've been doing this since 2020. I started it in COVID when I was just like, what's going on in the world? I don't know what's happening. It will literally make you feel like your home feels serene and cozy, and it just sets the tone right for the day. And then when I'm working, I'll often play like lo-fi music or classical music. I've been really trying to play classical music a lot for the baby because I know it's really good for their brainwaves and, everything, but also who doesn't like classical music? But just doing this, oh my gosh, it's the best. Okay. And then another thing I would say vibe-wise is just like keeping your home tidy. Now, I have a housekeeper, so I have help, but I did not for a long time. And I am honestly not somebody who's like super perfect at keeping their home in perfect shape all the time. I honestly don't think that exists. I've never met somebody ever who has kids, dogs, or a husband and has been able to do that. Okay, maybe if you're a single woman, different story because it's just you. But when you have pets and kids and a husband, it is going to be a lot harder to keep your home in tip-top shape all the time. So what I would recommend doing is in the morning and the evening, you just do like a 15 to 20 minute like quick little tidy. And whatever that may be. Like, it doesn't have to just be in your main living room. Maybe it's your closet. Maybe it's a bathroom. Maybe it's a laundry room, like whatever. But this, I think, just helps to keep things at a decent place and from getting like too chaotic. I'm not going to be like someone who's ever, I don't know, like a perfectionist with my home. I really love when my home is clean, but like you can still have things clean and still be living in a home. I think sometimes people go way too far where they're like, I have 3 rags on the kitchen counter. Oh no, it's like, dude, you live in your house. Of course, there's going to be like shoes and backpacks and purses in places at times, but it's just like not that big of a deal, especially when you have the intention to keep it clean and you're doing your best. I just feel like a lot of people stress way too much over it. And obviously, like dishes, things that can actually like smell bad are obviously good to keep up on as much as you can. But I don't know, I just feel like it's important to do your best, always want to improve, but not like get so hateful or mad with yourself, because I did that for years and it just literally doesn't do anything good. So, oh yeah, you could also use ChatGPT to like help you with a cleaning schedule. So I actually did that. I had that, and then now my house cleaner does that, but you can totally do that with yourself as well. And this will just again help you to stay like on top of things and do little things, every day versus having to do a bunch once a week and spending your entire day cleaning your home. Okay, the last thing is to clean your sofa and your couches or your mattresses regularly. Actually, I just got a new housekeeper. I need to actually show her where the handle is for vacuuming our sofa. I just realized, so I would do that after I film this. But that is where like a lot of dust gets, like airing out your mattress. I've heard baking soda is great to like vacuum with your mattress, like, and then opening a window, just letting it air out for a few hours while you wash your sheets. That's what I always do. And it's just such a good thing to do, because you don't realize how dirty those get when you're sleeping on your mattress for like, or you're probably on your mattress at least for 10 hours every day, maybe even more. I feel like I'm on my mattress a lot because I get into bed at like 8 or 8:30, and then I'm not going to bed till 10, but then I'm not getting up until like 7. So I'm just like, that's a long time in your bed. Okay. And then for some tangible places to buy unique home items and get inspired, Etsy, vintage and thrift shops. I wrote local farmers markets or shops near you. So like look on Facebook, see like if there's any like, I don't know, just any events or anything going on in your city, because there probably is. You just probably don't know about it. And then the last place is eBay. These are all places that I have personally found really great, really cool items that I feel like have helped curate my home. So I wanted to give you guys those like tangible places to shop though that are online. Well, I guess like half of them are online. But yeah, I really loved this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun filming it and just like curating everything that I thought was important for curating your dream home. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the show, of course. Come watch it on YouTube, whatever you want, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Before you go, I have something exciting for you. I'm doing a giveaway. So to enter, all you need to do is rate and review the show either on Apple or Spotify. Make sure that you're subscribed to the show, of course, so you never miss an episode. And head over to the @TrophyLife podcast Instagram and leave a comment on my latest post and let me know what your favorite takeaway was from today's episode, or comment some emojis, just something, and that will basically enter you into the giveaway. The more that you engage, the higher your chances of winning are, so don't be shy. This is something I'm going to be doing ongoing. So even if you're listening to this episode later, you can still go and comment on my most recent post and it will 100% get you entered into the giveaway. And if you haven't already, come join the club at Trophy Life Club. This is just a community for the girls who like to romanticize their life and want to become the best version of themselves. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at Tara Kelly Smith for more content. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next episode. Love you. Bye.